When is the best time to leave a relationship? Sharp came here coming at you from chooseyourrelationships.com. Offer of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. So this question was brought to my attention a couple days ago. Someone wanted to know when do you call it quits? When do you leave a relationship? And this could be business relationship, marriage, any type of personal relationship. How do you know when it's time to call it quits? And I think at the end of the day, every guy, every person has to make that decision on their own. Because certain people can tolerate certain things, and something might be a big deal to me, but it might not be a big deal to you. But what I would say is, if you give your all, and assuming you had good intentions from the get-go, once you've given all you got, all your energy, all your time, all your resources, and if you feel like, or have a sense that the other person doesn't care about you or even about themselves, that's when it's probably a good time to leave. Because all you can do is all you can do. And if you get the feeling or sense after you done talked to this person, maybe y'all went to counseling, maybe y'all had a third party talking to y'all about the problems you have, and this person just doesn't want to cooperate. They just, they don't want it bad enough. That's probably a good time to walk away. Now, see, for a guy, it's very difficult for a guy to walk away. It takes a lot for a guy to walk away. I mean, it has to be horrible, awful for a guy to leave a relationship. Even some business deals. It takes a lot for most guys to leave. It has to be horrible. It has to be where it's like he can't see a good ending to this. He don't have a good vision of how this is gonna end. This is going down like the Titanic. It has to be like that. It has to be so awful where until it's like so toxic, so dysfunctional, and probably unsafe. And going through all of that, that's when he's gonna leave. Now, a woman, on the other hand, women, they leave. Oh my God, most women leave. They usually do the leaving. They usually do the divorcing. You can go to work one day and come home, everything's gone. Or you can wake up one morning and she say, "Hey, I want a divorce." She'll have the divorce papers in hand. So it doesn't really take a lot for a woman to leave. Because most women, they check out in advance, months in advance. And some women check out and they check back in. But the women that check out and never check back in mentally, now this is where it becomes kind of unsafe, sometimes dangerous to be around them, because there's no emotional attachment to you if she checks out and never checks back in. So she's liable to do almost anything to you, and even to her in certain situations. I'll give you an example. A couple years ago, I knew someone that was married, and he found out that his wife was sleeping with a guy that was married, and he was HIV positive. So I would never tell a married man to leave his wife. But in this case, there's always exception to the rule, like I said. But in this case, I told him, I said, hey, stop sleeping with her ASAP and plan to move. Period. And he found out through Facebook because this guy, his wife sent him a message and she got on the phone and they chopped it up and she told everything. And come to find out, the dude that was HIV positive, he was a drug user. And I said, hey, they're using drugs together. And she denied the whole thing, acted like, none of it was true. But the guy was HIV positive, and whether she's HIV positive, who knows? But I told him, I said, look, it's not worth putting your life on the line for her, her raggedy lifestyle. She doesn't care about you and she doesn't care about herself. If she know, and she's still sleeping with the guy to this day. And even she slept with the guy after the fact. Cause she was spending all this time with the guy. So I said, hey bro, she doesn't care about her. She doesn't care about you. She doesn't care about no family. So let her move on. If you want to be married, hey, find another woman. But it ain't her, bro. And I kind of always knew she was a drug addict anyway. But I think he kind of knew that early on in the beginning. But I think he was in denial. But hey, man, So in a situation like that, it's good. You got to get up out of there. You got to get away from people like that. People like that will pull you down. People like that will destroy you. Because they're not in the right mind anyway. They're not thinking straight. They're not thinking about no family. They're thinking about the next high. That's what it's all about. It's all about the next high. It's all about having a good time and having sex. That's what it's really all about. Having a good time. So, it's like, and another thing I would say is if you feel like unsafe being around this person, you're afraid to sleep good at night or sleep hard at night, or you feel like this person is doing things behind your back, that they don't have your best interest at heart, they're doing things to undermine you, you got to get rid of this person. Because this person is liable to do anything. This person will probably, more than likely, they'll get turned out if they run into the right person. And today they might get turned out by a man or a woman. And if that happens, that's going to put you in a bad position if you're still around this person. Now, I've seen this play out a few times. They might set you up. They might get you robbed. You don't know what could happen because this person, they're mentally they're wide open, and if they're wide open, the right person can come in and turn them out. So if that's the case, you got to get rid of some. You can't have people around you undermining you, doing things behind your back, and you don't know anything about it. You really got to get rid of those type of people. And the next thing I would say, someone that you've been having maybe dreams and nightmares, or you contemplating thinking about doing something to them, like doing bodily harm to them, like physically hurting them. If that's the case, you should have left 6 months ago. Because whatever has happened, maybe she's disrespectful, maybe she could be mentally disturbed, and I think that's what it is in most cases. But whatever has happened, it's gotten so toxic, it's gotten so bad, the relationship has gotten to be so raggedy. You want to jump on this woman. If that's the case, you should have left 6 months ago. So you gotta get up out of that. That's definitely gonna work. That's not gonna work. See, if you're around people, they're supposed to bring out the best in you, not the worst. And I always say you're only as strong as the people that you have around you. People are either pushing you forward or holding you back. That's it. So if you're around people that bring out the worst in you, you definitely got to get away. That's just not gonna work. It's not the most positive environment and positive people to be around. You know what I mean? But here's the reality. Most people that you meet are gonna come in and they're gonna leave anyway. Only a small percentage of people are gonna stick around. The people that you meet today, another 10, 20 years, they're not gonna be around. When you get old, all the people that you know today as a young man or as a young woman, they're not gonna be around. That's just reality. That's a part of life. That's just what it is. So when you meet people and they stay for a couple of months and leave, don't take it serious. That's just a filtering process. That's all it is. That's how I see it. You can't have them all, and everyone is not going to be around long term. That's just what it is. I mean, you got people today can't even make it to 40 without getting sick. There's women out here today can't even make it to 40 without getting sick. So you think they're gonna make it to 60 or 70? What type of condition you think they're gonna be in if they make it to 65? So that's just reality. That's just something we gotta deal with. So you don't want people around you that don't have enough self-respect for themselves, and they don't even care about you. If they don't have enough self-respect for themselves, they're not going to care about you. And then when it's time for you to call them out on what they're doing, if they don't have enough self-respect for themselves, they're not going to like that. So you can't have people around you that's like that. You want people around you that's consciously aware of their actions, and they're being accountable for their actions, and they take responsibility for their actions. And they're always striving and thriving to do better, to become the best version of self. Those are the types of people you want around you. You don't want people around you that just want to be average and mediocre, and they're not working towards anything, no goals, no ambitions, no dreams, no nothing. Is it hard? You betcha. Most of things is hard. It's not the work that's hard. It's the changing that's hard. And this has to be a lifestyle change. Can't just be like it can't be just like going to college. Take a couple classes and you graduate and you're done. No, this has to be an ongoing process. Something you do every week, every day. Always be getting better. Always be playing the game. Always be building. As I always say, always be building. These are the people that you want around you. And unfortunately, most people are just average and mediocre. That's just what it is. Most people are they have that herd mentality. They do. So You probably gonna have, once you take on this journey, you probably gonna have to get used to being by yourself most of the time. Because once most people you meet figure out that you're trying to do big things, they're not gonna want to hang around you like that so much, so often. That's just what it is. Now, if you want to go to the club and drink and smoke and get high all the time and do all the stuff that the average young man and woman do in the 20s, oh, you have a bunch of people around. But as soon as you tell them, hey, I'm trying to like start a side hustle on the side. I'm trying to write a book, speak, travel the world. As soon as you start talking like that, they're going to be like, what? Man, I'm trying to go to the club tonight, man. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, see, that's when people going to kind of like disassociate themselves with you. Because they're not thinking like that. They're not thinking like that. And see, this is the type of people I was hanging around 20 years ago. See, I saw this when I was growing up. This is nothing new to me. But see, most people, you have believers and non-believers. Most people never seen it. They never seen people do certain things. So if you walk up to them and say, hey, we can do this together, they'll be like, it's unbelievable to them. They can't even envision whatever you're talking about. So that's just how it is, man. That's just how it is. Like they always say, it's lonely at the top, but crowded at the bottom. So hey, if you like this video, check out my Patreon. Like this video, subscribe. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.